The untouchable True School Sports Empire proudly presents something the boxing games are missing. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. Now, I gotta give Floyd Mayweather the utmost credit, because we're less than 2 days away. We're less than 2 days away from Canelo Alvarez versus Billy Joe Saunders. It's supposed to be a momentous occasion. You know, these guys, Canelo, along with Billy Joe Saunders, they're setting a record for the most, fans at a boxing match in the U.S. There's going to be 70,000 people at this fight. It's going to be a ridiculous event. And somehow, some way, your boy Floyd Mayweather, the TBE himself, has found a way to steal the show, steal the shine completely off Canelo Alvarez. Now, I know a lot of the hardcore boxing fans don't want to hear this. They don't want to hear that Floyd Mayweather is taking over the sport of boxing. They don't want to hear that Floyd Mayweather is snatched the headlines. But he has. Because today, he met up with that man right there, Jake Paul, the face of boxing with the face of boxing, whether you like it or not, the face of boxing and the face of boxing. They met up today in the Mecca of boxing, Miami, South Florida stand-up. They're at the Hard Rock Stadium today for the Logan Paul Floyd Mayweather press conference. And, Floyd was talking to the media. He was doing his media rounds. I even saw that he was talking to my boy from 790 The Ticket, my boy Brendan Tobin. So shout out to my boy Brendan Tobin. Much love to him. I saw he asked Floyd a question right before things popped off. And, yeah, he's stolen the show. He has stolen the show. Let's talk about the guy on the right there for a second, Jake Paul. So Jake Paul was there, and I guess he saw Floyd looking in his direction, and he was like, "You looking at me?" Like he said it real aggressively. He said, "You looking at me?" And then Floyd, and then he was like, "You wanna run two fights in the same night?" And Floyd was like, "Absolutely." And then he told the guy standing next to him, "Get this bum his paperwork. Absolutely, we'll make the fights happen." So he wanted to fight both these fighters. He wanted to fight Logan Paul and Jake Paul on the same night, and that would be crazy. That would be crazy if he did. But I mean, people can hate Floyd if they want, but like today, the press conference for Canelo Alvarez, Billy Joe Saunders happened. I was live for it. It was so boring. It was such a boring press conference. I didn't even put the damn video out. I put that shit on private. Okay, it was a very horrible press conference. Nothing really happened, and this stole all the headlines. This stole the show. And this added some much-needed excitement to what was a pretty lackluster day in the sport of boxing. So, yeah, as far as I'm concerned, you got Floyd Mayweather. He holds all the records we can think of in the sport of boxing for pay-per-view. You got Jake Paul, who right now, love him or hate him, he's the most polarizing figure in the sport right now. And his last fight with Ben Askren did the 10th most pay-per-view buys in the history of the sport. It actually tied what Mayweather did when he fought Miguel Cotto. So I don't know when all this is going to happen, if it's going to happen. But, when and if it happens, it is going to do monstrous numbers. I mean, I'm looking at that right now, and I'm already seeing this breaking the record for Manny Pacquiao and Floyd, which I believe was like 4.6 or 4.2 or something like that, somewhere in that range. These two together are gonna do 5 million pay-per-view buys. That's the kind of appeal this has. But wow, I mean, I gotta give it to Jake Paul. I had to give it to Jake Paul because we've seen fighters talk to Floyd. We've seen fighters verbally disrespect Floyd. But this Jake Paul got under Floyd's skin today like I've never seen. I mean, Floyd looked like he wanted to complete roid rage. I mean, I don't know if he's taking steroids, but I'm saying he looked like he wanted to roid rage. He was like, yeah, I'm gonna kill this motherfucker. Like he was going nuts. Floyd was going nuts. He wanted all the smoke. I never seen Floyd so angry in the ring, and I never seen Floyd so angry out the ring. At least on camera, I never seen it. So Jake Paul, he's already more successful in my eyes than a lot of his opponents because I never seen Floyd Mayweather that rattled. Floyd always talks about, I'm cool, I'm calm, I'm collected. I mentally beat my opponents before I physically beat my opponents. Nobody can beat me. I'm a TBE. All work is easy work, all that good stuff. But that's not what happened today with Floyd. We saw Floyd today go nuts. We saw Floyd get rattled. We saw Floyd really, really angry. He really wanted to hurt this dude. And he actually did. And by the way, shout out to my man Robinson Filippo in the picture right there. That's like one of the bodyguards. I know him. He's an MMA fighter, and I see him spar in the boxing ring. Shout out to him. He saved this man from getting a complete pounding from Floyd Mayweather, more than he already got. Floyd put that boy in a straight headlock. Floyd hit him with I think Floyd landed a punch somewhere in there, and you know, this dude looks scared to death. I love Jake Paul to death, but he looks scared to death of Floyd Mayweather, and you can never ever underestimate what a killer like that Floyd Mayweather can do to someone if you piss him off. So I thought it was great. I thought it was entertaining, and I know people like are probably getting agitated with me coming out with these videos of Floyd versus Jake Paul. But you know what? A lot of you guys were complaining when I was talking about Canelo all the time. So I had to switch it up today, and Floyd gave me a reason to switch it up. So, you know, amazing. Just great entertainment. You know, and it goes back to what I'm saying. Controversy, like my friend Felipe was telling me, controversy sells. You gotta be controversial, and this was love it, like it or hate it. This man, Jake Paul, took this man's hat. This man, Floyd, felt some type of way about what he did, and all hell broke loose. And that's getting people talking. Like, look, here I am talking about it. You guys can see my expression. I'm excited about it. It was great. It was great to watch. And it was even funner to watch because I actually watched it when it happened live on Instagram. So, yeah, man. You know, Floyd Mayweather, Jake Paul. I don't know when and if they're gonna fight, but when and if they fight, it will. I put this in the bank. Whatever the pay-per-view record is, when they fight, this will shatter it. This will shatter it times 10. Like I have no ifs, ands, or buts about it. There's no doubts about it with me because we've seen what Jake Paul did at the box office by himself with Ben Askren, and we know what Floyd does at the box office. So you put those two things together, especially after an incident like this, that only builds drama, that only builds excitement, that only builds people's interest. It piques their interest. So, you know, at a time where we're supposed to be gassed up because Canelo Alvarez is finally fighting somebody worth a damn that actually is coming to win in Billy Joe Saunders. I honestly, I'm going to the fight on Saturday. Like, I'm going to the fight on Saturday. I'm very excited about it. It's gonna be a great occasion. But I forgot that I'm even going to the fight on Saturday because that's how damn exciting this was. So it just goes to show you, man, the star power that Floyd Mayweather still has at this stage of his career. I know the hardcore box fans aren't gonna like it. But, you know, this fight between Logan Paul and Floyd isn't for the hardcore boxing fans. This is for, you know, people that like entertainment. And they're going to get entertainment. And you know what? Fights in Miami, I'm not going to make any bold proclamations, but I would love to go. So if I can get a press pass, that'd be great. If not, I'd like to get a ticket. Should be a great time. But you guys let me know what you think, man. What did you guys make of the whole Floyd Mayweather, Jake Paul scuffle? You know, were you happy? Was it entertaining? Do you think it was all just a show? Was Floyd's anger, you know, real to you, or was it all just a publicity stunt? I personally don't think it was a publicity stunt. I think his anger was real. You know, did you see the way Logan Paul ran the hell away and was scared to death for his life? You know, it was real. I think his anger is real. Maybe it was an attempt to drum up some interest for the fight, but I believe the anger that man expressed today was real because I never seen him like that before. I never seen him like that before. And if it wasn't real, then he got me fooled because he's a damn good actor. But anyway, you guys let me know what you think in the comments down below. Take the time to subscribe. And like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me. But I'm just a kid from Daniel. So until next time, take care, guys.